The daughters of Vatan, who share the objective along with the participation and support of numerous Armenian organizations, we will recognize them all later. I am honored to invite the Grand Commander of the Knights of Vatan, Dr. Gary Zamanigyan, as well as the Grand Matron of the Daughters of Vatan, Diana Tukmanyan, to the podium.
Thank you very much. As Grand Commander of the Knights of Vatan, I would like to welcome all of you here today. I would also like to introduce members of the current Grand Council present this afternoon. Grand Lieutenant Commander Howard Ateshan and Grand Chaplain Gary Vision. Also, Mid-Atlantic Grand District Representative Dr. Ed Sanosyan. It is not enough that Ottoman Turkey destroyed our historic Armenian homeland, sending the population to Der Zor, the equivalent of Auschwitz. The present government of Turkey has returned to the same location with a denialist zeal to wipe out the last traces of our sanctified martyrs. I wish that our U.S. congressmen were here now to hear that. Turkey has invaded the desert in Der Zor to crush and destroy the bones of our ancestors, to wipe out the remaining relics of testimony relating to the death march and tragic destiny of 1.5 million Armenians in 1950. Our pain is part of the universal pain that humanity has joined forces with to eradicate and say no to the world, say never again to Holocaust, never again to the Armenian genocide, never again to genocide.
We raised over 700,000.
As Grand Matron of the Daughters of Vatan, I welcome you with great enthusiasm to this 103rd Armenian commemoration of the genocide. I wish to acknowledge our Grand Past Matron, Solomon Williams, my Grand Treasurer, Barbara Yazoyan, Grand Sentinel, Barbara Chalisa, Grand District Representative, Mid-Atlantic Past Matrons, Sita Murphy, brothers and sisters, and the numbers of friends of the Knights of Vatan and the Daughters of Vatan. The genocide of the 20th century is a very painful truth by which our ancestors lived, died, and whose mortal lives were sacrificed in order for us to be free as Armenians, so that we may pass on for generations our Christian faith, culture, heritage, and tragic history. We are gathered here to be the voice of 1.5 million Armenians, our martyrs, our ancestors, and now our saints. We demand justice for those lives of the innocent that were brutally murdered. Genocide was a premeditated and systematic campaign, and the Ottoman Empire tried to eliminate us but couldn't. We stand here together declaring the truth of the Armenian genocide. We must continue to make our voices heard today, tomorrow, and as long as it takes for justice to take peace. We cannot give up our past and to pursue not to be able to pursue the future, to demand justice. Otherwise, we will have forsaken those who have lost their lives. We need to continue to honor our ancestors, demanding justice that once unheard voices, once unforgotten story, history, remember our song of victory, is sung proudly. And raise to God that genocide shall never happen again, and we will not tolerate it again. And that we may fight for our victory.
addition to the Knights of Vartan, the following organizations co-sponsor this commemoration: the Armenian General Benevolent Union, the Armenian Assembly of America, Armenian National Committee of America, ADL Ramdavars, Armenian National Council. Also participating, the Eastern Diocese of the Armenian Church of America, the Eastern Policy.
The one car I would never buy, a Corvette.
Armenian Missionary Association of America, Armenian Catholic Eparchy.
I would buy a
of the
Viper
United States
before I
and
buy
Canada,
that car.
The ACYY, Armenian Church Youth Organization.
A Dodge Viper
AGBU,
instead of a
YPG,
Chevy
Young
Corvette.
Professionals New York, our American Network of Greater New York, AYF chapters of New York, New Jersey, New York ASA, Home Man Scouts, Armenian schools, youth and professional organizations, university and college clubs.
Support this channel by subscribing. Get around, turn your notification on.
Thank you so much, and thank you to the Knights of Vartan for everything that they do. Before we move on to our
Dislike
next speaker,
or
I would like
like.
to take this opportunity to recognize Don Boyajian, who's running for Congress in New York's 21st
Subject
Congressional
raised
District.
in civil manner shall be addressed
On both sides,
based on
Don's family are
relevance.
survivors of the Armenian genocide who made it to America, on both sides of the family. So, welcome, good luck. Our next speaker is representing the Armenian National Committee of America. Steve Misrobian is a graduate from the University of Rhode Island with a degree in computer electronic engineering. Steve currently works as a director for Medtronic, a global medical device manufacturer. He also serves in 3 regional roles. He's chairman of the ANC Eastern Region Board of Directors, as well as a member of the Armenian National Committee of America's National Board. He's also the treasurer of the Camp Hayastan Board of Directors. Please welcome Steve.
Thank you, Armin. Reverend clergy, honored guests, friends, and family, I stand with you today as both a representative for the Armenian National Committee of America Eastern Region and as the grandchild of Armenian genocide survivors. As Avindisa Haronian said many years ago, if evil of this magnitude can be ignored, if our own children forget, then we deserve oblivion and the world's scorn. I am honored to be with people of good conscience today as we commemorate the 103rd anniversary of the Armenian genocide and pay tribute to our holy martyrs. The 1.5 million poor souls whose only crime was to be Armenian Christian citizens of the Turkic Ottoman Empire. People who were persecuted for centuries because they were different. People who were finally uprooted and forced to march into the Syrian desert with no food or water and subjected to horrific attacks en route by the Turkish authorities. Earlier this week, I was in Washington, D.C. as part of an ANCA delegation meeting with U.S. State Department officials and multiple congressmen and senators. Our ask of them was threefold. 1, proper recognition of the Armenian genocide by President Trump during his April 24th remarks. 2, passage of House Resolution 220, the Genocide Prevention Resolution. And 3, continued foreign aid for the Republic of Artsakh. Last year, the ANCA worked with the leaders of the Congressional Caucus on Armenian issues to send a letter to the President with 84 co-signers urging him to appropriately mark April 24th as a day of remembrance of the Armenian genocide. This year, the outreach from thousands of activists and community leaders increased, so we had 102 congressional representatives as co-signers, including 12 from the state of New York. Over the past year, we added Iowa and Indiana to the list of United States, U.S. states, which have recognized the Armenian genocide, bringing us to 48 with 2 remaining outliers. Alabama and Mississippi will be our target for this year to get all 50 U.S. states having recognized the Armenian genocide.